Provincial administrators have been challenged to take a greater responsibility in the delivery of services to the people. Chief Secretary to Government Isaac Lupari issued the challenge during the opening of the Provincial and Local Level Service Monitoring Authority Conference today. Lupari said the role of PLL-SMA is vital to deliver services to the people. But since its inception after the passage of the Organic Law on provincial and local level government, successive national governments have not fully supported the implementation of the OLPLLG. Lupari also said provincial administrators have also become ineffective and are not able to perform and deliver services to the people. And PLL-SMA is now an important vehicle for coordination of delivery of services to the people. More than 15,000 health support workers in the country are planning to go on a 21-day strike if the Department of Personnel Management fails to meet their claims. They have moved to conduct a secret ballot to take a strike action. Jacqueline Yala reports.
The PNG Health Support Workers Association is made up of the health support team around the country. They are planning to go on strike if the Secretary for Personnel Management continue to neglect their claims. They will conduct the secret ballot around the country for 2 weeks, starting next week.
This is 1 year, which is a letter from our own Secretary, Pascal Kasi. And he's been given a mandate and he's the head of our department. He's been appointed through the NEC, like him. Why he cannot respond to his letter on behalf of his workers? We are very curious, we are very frustrated. When we pass a resolution and we conduct our secret ballots, we will not tell him. We are taking the strike and we will stand for the 3 weeks.
Through the secret ballot, members will vote to either go on strike or not. If the majority of them vote in favor, then the consequences will be immense.
I'm now telling them, any patient in the hospitals around the country, if a sick person passes away during the strike, they will put the claims through John Kali, that's TPM, and the government has to pay for the repatriation. And they have to pay the debt. Because it's time to cost that debt. It's losing life. So if you are talking about the life, you have to think about the terms and conditions for the workers here. We perform it to save these lives.
More than 3,000 financial members are expected to vote on this. However, the strike action will only take place after the completion of the secret ballot and declaration done by the returning officer from the Electoral Commission. Jacqueline Yala, NBC National News, Port Moresby.
Members of the Health Support Workers Association have maintained that their association should be recognized as a legal institution. This is because they followed legal procedures to have it registered. General Secretary for the association, Jack Suau, reiterated this when responding to remarks by the Department of Personnel Management Secretary that the association is not recognized. Mr. Suau said John Kali's stance has influenced his decision of not entertaining the association's log of claims. Again, Jacqueline Yala reports.
In a media conference held today in Port Moresby, the national leaders of the Health Support Workers Association expressed their disappointment over the prolonged delay. General Secretary for the association, Jack Suau, said the Secretary for the Department of Personnel Management, John Kali, has not responded to them since the submission of their log of claims last year. This was after the legal procedures were followed by the PNG Health Support Workers Association.
And this is a letter that Industrial Registrar has given to us, signed by the Registrar herself, seeking the writing to the Electoral Office to appoint the returning officer. That is a more official way. And this is a legal term, and these members who go on strike will be on full pay.
However, in a telephone interview, Secretary Kali said otherwise.
I do not recognize the Health Support Workers Union as a registered industrial organization because their eventual registration was not properly facilitated and I was never consulted as the employing agent on behalf of the state. The law requires that the employer, in this case the Secretary for DPM, must be consulted before any registration is formalized by the industrial registrar. In the case of the Health Support Workers Union, I was never consulted. So that's the first point. Second point, Health Support Workers Union members are already members of the PEA. And again, Public Employees Association was also not consulted on the registration of this Health Support Workers Union.
The General Secretary, Mr. Suao, said the Workers' Association has been recognized and registered legally.
Now we are following the industrial machinery as we are registered, a duly registered industrial organization, which John Kelly stated that unrecognized. I think I have to tell him to now withdraw that statement.
The Health Support Workers Association is made up of the health sector's support team.
PNG Health Support Workers Association is made up of accountants, economics, budget officers, policy officers, lawyers, logistics.
The Port Moresby General Hospital has more than 400 members in this association. They are also raising their concern.
And here we have cleaners that they always get dirty, get dirty hands because of the stains, blood that comes by the ambulance when they have car accidents.
Jacqueline Yala, NBC National News, Port Moresby.